Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us. And from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. The fans are making noise at Quicken Loans Arena here in Cleveland for their Cavaliers. It's an opportunity for them to play in a heated matchup like this, to play your best basketball. These are the games, guys, that show how well you match up against the other great teams in the league.
This is a team with high expectations, and they don't end with the regular season.
They sure don't. They entered the season with very high hopes and haven't let any distractions get in the way of them.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Morris is the 4 with Horford in the middle. Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. And it's Tatum in at the 3. Now here's Thomas. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
And guys, how rare is it to see the top 2 teams in a conference swap star players, as the Cavs and the Celtics did this past summer? The reason it came together was how well it fit, though, for both teams. And you could argue both teams, in essence, got better.
Here's Thomas, following the basket by Al Horford. Outside Crowder. 6 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. Kicks it out to James. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. No good on the triple.
And it's fascinating to see these new-look rosters, former teammates going head-to-head. This is a matchup we could see plenty more of come playoff time.
Over to the left wing. Thomas with another miss.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Irving's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Irving with the steal. And stolen by James. Passes to Thompson for the finish. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
Here's Irving. And he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
From deep. And it's J.R. Smith. Get the 3.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Brown.
To make coming in and leading a championship team, he was up for the task.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. They get it again. Korver kicks to Rose. Outside for Korver. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Korver's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Offensive rebound. Morris. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
And getting after it on the offensive glass and adding to that early total with the putback.
That's what I like to see. Really making a concentrated effort to pound the glass, feast on those second chance opportunities.
And he could not get that one to go. Game. Out to Morris. Three-pointer. It's good from long range.
And back in high school, Isaiah Thomas used to ride the train down to Portland and stay the weekend at the Love's family house. For those two teaming up once again at this level, that's pretty surreal.
Back to Rose. Shoots a three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusted.
And it's in there.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Celtics out in front. Rozier the pass to Larkin. And here's Morris for three. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Shumpert. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Shumpert's got himself on the board with three there.
There isn't any player in the league who's going to pass up that shot. There was nobody near.
Morris again. Shumpert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Teardrop shot. Here's Baines. It's hauled in by Fry.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alternate.
And the foul call. And Chris, as your career progressed, your free throw shooting percentage jumped up about 20 points higher than when you started. That's not the case for a lot of players. Just how hard is it for a big man to improve their free throw shooting throughout their career?
Okay, that's probably one of the things I'm proudest of is that I have a record for going from worst to that best improvement. And I worked out hard. I had a shooting coach, Buzz. We worked out every summer. I would take him everywhere with me, Kev. I mean,
really?
I would take this guy to the club, to church, to a restaurant, he'd have to wait outside the bathroom. Everywhere I went that summer, I wanted him, with me because you have to focus and concentrate on it. You think about it, you have to change not only your mental habits, your repetition, but your thought process. So step 1 is the figuring out that shot. Step 2 is how many repetitions. Step 3 is can you get that in game time atmosphere? You really can't unless you punish yourself in the summer with running. So if you have to do a suicide every one you miss, or it just was so much work and intensity on it because you have to build up so much trust because the reason why guys shoot bad free throws, they don't trust it. They shoot a different way every time. And it was fun becoming better at that, but that's probably one of the toughest things I've ever done is get better at shooting free throws because the concentration and the time allowed it to try to improve.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM, and he even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. It's as important a player as we've ever seen in basketball. Wade's checked in. Celtics also with a sub. Baines is checked in. It's good.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Kept alive. Kicks it out to LeBron. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 14 points for LeBron.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
Outside for Thomas. Pass to Thompson. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Green comes in for James. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Rose in for Thomas.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Wade dishes to Fry. Wade outside. Launches it. No good. Shot missing. He gets it up. It's not going to go for him. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Cleveland. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the...
Last year, though they traded out of it, I mean, have a good chance to even get more top picks. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Thomas and Smith teaming up in the backcourt. LeBron and Crowder, the tandem at forward. And it's Thompson in at the 5, down low. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. The kick out to Crowder. Back to James. It's stolen by Morris. Brown outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Now it's a 3-point Celtic lead.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight.
Oh, goodness. Wow. Around the league and with all the great players in it, who would you like to have played with that's playing right now?
Wow, that's a tough one. I mean, you look at all the big fellas. I definitely would love to play with the Cousins or Davis. If you look at guards, I mean, how could you not want to play with Westbrook, Harden, or LeBron? I mean, it's like telling a kid, go in the candy store, what candy you want to pick. It might take him an hour. He might pass out just with the excitement. I don't know. There's so many great players in this league, man. It's so hard to choose one. How about you just take any of the top 10 and whichever one I pick out of the hat, I play with them to be happy.
I like that. How about in the past, guys you would have liked to have played with when you were playing the game?
Wow, late in my career, Kevin, I could have played with Tim Duncan. I've always thought that would have been like Shaq, KG. It would have been other big players at that time when you needed 2 guys inside to play. So it definitely have been guys that I respect battling and going up against, and those would have been the first I would have looked to play with. But those guys come to mind first and foremost.
That's tipped. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Larkin kicks to Rozier. Right through the D for the layup. Rozier's got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They are a lousy 1 for 5 for the half. They need to find a way to get it going there.
From deep 3-point range, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
And everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
Well, I don't know what they talked about at halftime.
Players will go with a different look here. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Green comes in for Jay Crowder. Wayne Wade's checked in for Smith. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. And it's the Celtics ball. They're on a 14-6 run. The pass to Rozier. To the wing right side. Larkin can't get it to go. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Out to Shumpert. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
You're going to win a lot of games when you can shoot the 3 ball the way they did in that one.
Oh, yeah. Once they started hitting, it was like an avalanche. Even as the defense extended farther and farther out.
Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Boston leading by 5. Larkin kicks to Rozier. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Rozier's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Celtics. Out to Shumpert. Shoots the 3. Again, Shumpert missing. The Celtics have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Here's Rozier. He's covered by Rose. Pass to Yabusele. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Cavaliers trail by 8. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. From deep, Rose. But they get it back. Green, the pass to Rose. Back to Green. Out to Wade. Puts up a 3. Off target. And so it's Boston in the driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Rose. Green, the pass to Rose. Back to Green. Out to Wade. Puts up a 3. Off target. And so it's Boston. But they get it in the back. Driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Rose. Green, the pass to Rose. Back to Green. He's in there. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Wade.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers
for Jeff Green. And Isaiah Thomas subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Then for the Celtics, Morris comes in for Aaron Baines. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Rozier. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. He told his team to keep looking for those perimeter shots. He said their defense is not respecting us, so let's keep shooting until they come out on us, guys.
Shot clock at 6. The 3 from LeBron. Celtics leading by 6. Second minute off the clock now in the 4th. Out to Morris. Off target with his 3. And as aggressive as the Celtics have been, Greg, they've also shown patience, haven't they?
Yeah, and in some ways, maybe a victim of their own success. You come out on the winning end of your trades time and again. Other GMs don't want to look bad. They get hesitant, possibly, and don't want to add their name to that list.
Thomas against Irving. Here's Brown. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight. Here's James. Outside Crowder. From deep 3-point range. From beyond the arc, and then some. Crowder's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Stacks on stacks on stacks. They're looking to stack up some points. They've gotten into a nice groove from out there.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Outside for Korver. Unloads. And it's sent back by Horford. Irving with the ball. Shot from 12. Horford kicks to Irving. Dishes it to Tatum. Back to Irving. Now here's Tatum. He's tightly guarded. And he was fouled on the way up. Here's Irving. From past the arc. Drains the 3-pointer. And the Celtics lead by 8.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Oh, man, and this is late in the game. It's tough for a team to come back. Everything has to fall into place.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. The 3 from Thomas. Rebounded by the Celtics. Now here's Brown. So we see Boston get the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up.